Happiness is a universal concept, cherished by people from all walks of life. It represents a sense of well-being and contentment that many strive to attain. Throughout history, thinkers have explored what it means to lead a happy life, noting that happiness can arise from fulfilling relationships, meaningful work, good health, and a sense of purpose. For some, joy is found in simple pleasures or personal achievements. Although the sources of happiness may vary, our shared pursuit of it influences decisions and shapes the course of our lives, setting the stage for how we can cultivate happiness in everyday moments. Cultivating happiness often involves adopting practical habits and principles. Practicing gratitude helps us recognize life's positives, while building strong relationships provides emotional support and a sense of belonging. Engaging in meaningful activities, whether through work or personal interests, adds direction and fulfillment. Simple daily actions, such as showing kindness or taking time for reflection, can reinforce these habits. By weaving these approaches into our routines, we create a foundation for greater joy and resilience, inviting us to consider how these strategies might fit into our own lives. In the end, happiness is shaped by the choices we make each day. Nurturing connections, expressing gratitude, embracing growth, and finding purpose in our experiences. True contentment is cultivated from within, rooted in inner peace and resilience. As you reflect on these principles, consider what brings you genuine joy and fulfillment, and explore ways to incorporate these insights into your daily life. This personal journey leads you closer to a balanced and rewarding existence. The Whispering Willow and the Key to Joy. Alara lived in a village nestled beside a dark, mysterious forest. She was known for her perpetually worried brow and a deep sigh that seemed to accompany every thought. She chased after happiness the way a butterfly chases sunlight, always reaching, never quite grasping. One evening, an old traveling storyteller, a woman with eyes as bright as distant stars, paused by Alara's cottage. Alara asked her the question that burdened her soul. "Wise one, where is the secret to happiness hidden? I have sought it in wealth, in praise, and in the promise of the future, yet it eludes me." The storyteller smiled, a network of gentle wrinkles crinkling around her eyes. "My child," she said, her voice a soft murmur, "the secret is not hidden. It simply lies in a place you have not thought to look." She then pointed a gnarled finger toward the forest. "Seek the Whispering Willow at the heart of the woods. It will show you." Though afraid, Alara was desperate. The next morning, she ventured into the silent woods. After hours of walking, she found a magnificent willow, its branches sweeping the ground like a green curtain. She pushed through the leaves and found an old, smooth stone at its base. Engraved upon the stone were 3 words: accept, appreciate, allow. Alara scoffed. "This is it? A riddle?" She kicked the stone and turned to leave, but the willow seemed to sigh, rustling its leaves in the wind. Disappointed, she trudged home. As she crossed a small, rickety bridge, she saw a boy laughing purely as he played with a stick in the muddy stream. "Appreciate," a quiet voice seemed to whisper. She paused, and for the first time that day, truly saw the sunlight glinting on the water, and heard the sweet, simple sound of the boy's joy. She felt a flicker of warmth. The next day, a sudden storm ruined her small vegetable patch. She wanted to rage, to cry over the lost harvest. "Accept," the inner voice prompted. She looked at the destroyed plants, and instead of despairing, she focused on the 3 potatoes that had survived the deluge. "This is what I have now," she thought. The anger, though present, didn't consume her. A week later, a traveling merchant offered her a job she was poorly suited for. Her instinct was to say yes, out of fear of missing an opportunity. "Allow," the voice reminded her. She took a deep breath and declined. She spent the afternoon knitting, a forgotten pleasure. By saying no to the wrong thing, she allowed space for peace. Over the coming weeks, Alara didn't suddenly become carefree, but something subtle shifted. She began to accept the thorns along with the roses of her life. She started to truly appreciate the small, mundane miracles, the taste of her morning tea, the warmth of her shawl, the friendly wave of a neighbor, and she learned to allow life to unfold without trying to force it into her preconceived, perfect shape. When the old storyteller returned, Ilara ran to her, her face finally clear. "I found it! The secret is in those 3 words!" The storyteller smiled. "The willow did not give you happiness, Ilara. It only gave you a key. The secret is that happiness is not a thing to be chased. It is the natural state that remains when you stop resisting life and start living it. You already had the joy, my dear. You just needed to be shown how to unlock it." Ilara finally understood. The secret to happiness wasn't a hidden treasure. It was a way of living, found not in the seeking, but in the simple, mindful art of accepting, appreciating, and allowing. Her sigh was gone, replaced by a quiet, contented exhale.